Diastasis recti. What are the symptoms and how do you know if you have it? Today in this video, I'm going to be explaining some of the most common symptoms I see when a lady comes to me with diastasis recti. The most common complaint is that they still look pregnant even though they have had their children months or sometimes years later, and they've been dieting, working out, and everything else kind of looks like it's going back and firming up, but the stomach is still out. Another symptom that I often see or hear about is doming or coning, which you can see here. People find this when they're doing ab exercises or sometimes reaching overhead, and they wonder, what is it? Well, that is probably the biggest sign of diastasis recti. Of course, you really don't know if you have diastasis without testing. And I have put the link of how to test correctly in the description below so that you can test that after this video. You could also see a pelvic floor PT. They would be able to test you if you are a little dubious about whether you can do it yourself, or sometimes when you're pressing down into the center line, it can feel a little funny to do. So a pelvic floor PT is the best person to have to determine whether you have a diastasis or not. Other common symptoms apart from the doming or the still looking pregnant that can occur is a feeling of like your abs are soft and jelly-like down the center line, often at that belly button area. Or you may feel like your abs are just really weak when doing everyday movements like lifting or carrying your children or just emptying the dishwasher. Other symptoms that may occur in some people is lower back pain, which comes from bad posture, which happens when we have a weakened core. And occasionally you will also have pelvic floor symptoms such as leaking, constipation, pelvic or hip pain, and those really need to be addressed first. I often get asked if this can be fixed years later. The answer is absolutely yes. It is never too late to regain a functional core. And you will heal your core, whether it's early postpartum or years later, with the same techniques. You will find here the Diastasis Recti Beginners Program that you can follow along here on YouTube, which has the best exercises for healing your diastasis recti when you are just starting out. However, diastasis is a full body issue. So if you find after doing some of that corrective exercises for diastasis, it's not healing or you're not getting the results that you want, make sure you check out my blueprint to a functional core, which I've linked below in the description, as that will help you understand whether it might be your breathing or your alignment or other movements that are possibly contributing to the diastasis recti and some of the symptoms that you are having. My name is Katrina Oakley and I am a postpartum exercise specialist. Make sure that you have liked this video and subscribe to my channel so that you are notified when I post new workouts and other great tips and information about diastasis recti or pelvic floor dysfunction.